Today we're going to take the white shabby chic 4.5-inch square frame and the blooming roots cross stitch pattern. First, you'll measure the length and width of your frame opening. For this frame, it is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Now we're going to center our stitch within the 4 1/8 measurement. You're going to take your ruler and put it to the farthest stitch on the right. Count how many empty stitches until you reach 4 1/8. In this instance, we have 15 open stitches. You're going to take the 15 stitches, divide it by 2, so you'll have 7 stitches to the left and 8 stitches to the right. Draw with a friction pin. At this point, double check to make sure your drawn lines fit at 4 1/8. We'll do the same thing for the top and the bottom. Take your ruler, place it at the furthest stitch, and then now count your open stitches until you reach 4 1/8. In this instance, we had 7 empty stitches. Divide that number by 2, and with the friction pin, mark 3 stitches from the top and then 4 stitches from the bottom. Now take your frame and place it over your stitch piece to make sure it's centered. Once you like how it looks, take your rotary cutter and we are going to trim 1 inch away from the drawn line. This will provide a margin for later. Now you'll take your frame and measure the length and the width of the opening on the back of your frame. In this instance, it was 4 1/2. Using your ruler, center your drawn friction lines within that 4 1/2-inch square. Your first set of friction lines notate what's visible through the frame. The lines that you are drawing now are to ensure that you have extra fabric so that your piece does not fall through the opening of your frame. Fold back your extra fabric on the furthest drawn line. You'll want to use a quick press seam roller to get those crisp lines without using an iron so that your friction pins don't erase with the heat. You'll do this on all 4 sides. Once you've folded all the extra fabric, you'll want to bring your frame back in and place your piece to make sure that it does not fall through the opening. Once it looks correct, you can use your iron to remove the friction lines as well as make your edges crisp. Place it in your frame. Now it's time to add your batting. We're using a 4 1/2-inch square of soft and stable. You can use 1 square if you don't want it too fluffy, or you can use 2 if you want your stitches to pop out more. Once you have everything within your frame, you can now wiggle it to make sure it is centered and straight. Now you can add your easel back. The frame has grooves where you can rest the easel back in, but the more soft and stable you use, you will have to push down so that you can latch your frame in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next finishing tutorial.